welcome back to the channel. FUBAR here, and today we are going to be doing a deep dive into the unit, the helicopter. We're going to cover the differences between the three different helicopters and what I think is the best pairings for helicopters right now in the current state of the game. After, there's been a rise of light tanks, now the MBT's gotten a buff with the 1000 shield coefficient. We're going to get into all that nitty and gritty. But first, I want to do a quick shout out, and we're going to list out to the names right here showing up right now around my base. So from THP, we got Lord TG Quinn, we have Dan Buster Jr., Cincinnati, Denny SDR, Edux, Redux, Vigilante 22, and Phantom, and H4F, TJ Commander, Quick Bleed Out, and also CBUSN. Also, Alliance members Shakaka, and also Brethany were present, but they had to pull their units back, and so was LPG's 3KG. So thank you guys all, and also shout out to everyone in this New York conquest with me in the Silver One Battleground: THP, HF4, Bros, PLSR, LPG, KSF, LRA, and OF. Thank you guys for a wonderful L4. Now on to the nitty and gritty. So we're going to talk about each category of heli, and we're going to discuss the differences there. So as you can see right here, we're going to start off with Camp Liberty. Camp Liberty has a velocity boost. Now the unit features are penetration and all terrain. This is something that is shared by all the helicopters. So the only unique trait is velocity boost. Now all terrain pretty much means it can go anywhere. It doesn't, unless it's blocked by like safe zone or blockhouse terrain, it can go literally anywhere. Now we're going to start with the Modders. The Modders has an enhanced penetration, which can be a double-edged sword. The reason why is because if you overpen, then you're going to do less damage, and if you manage to pen, it's like a critical hit, but it does 2 times damage. It's a very wonky system that is more of a hassle than liable. Now Vanguard has enhanced firepower. This unit will do the most damage. But now we need to talk about speed. Speed is a very important factor about the helis, and we're going to get into that right now. So we're going to start with the fastest heli and work our way down to the slowest. So as you can see right here, the Liberty heli right now stock before parts and research is 56 kilometers per hour. Now Vanguard heli all the way through to the bottom stays at 47 kilometers per hour all the way through. Now the stats of pen death and sloped armor stay the same in comparison to the Liberty all the way through. Now to Modders, if we look at this just like so, it's only 1 kilometer per hour faster, and its sloped armor stays the same, but its pen death is only slightly higher. And I mean, the other ones were 468 and this one is 491. That is only about I want to say 23 millimeters of pen depth difference, so there's not a whole lot. Now let's talk about what is great about the movement speed and why it's so important and the drawbacks to it. So movement speed is a very important factor into engaging battle, and the reason why is because you could be wrecking all untold forms of havoc on the battlefield, but once that situation becomes unfavorable for you, like say a rally of light tanks are coming, you need to be able to get the hell out of dodge as fast as possible, and the Liberty heli does this. If you compare the statistics of the Liberty heli in comparison to Vanguard and Modder, which I believe H's game has done before, you can actually see that the Liberty heli outperforms in almost every single scenario there, but it earns the title of jack of all trades. But the problem with it is that it gets so fast. Like my Liberty heli right now, which I'll show you in a minute, has 63 kilometers per hour with max stats. That means you're going to outpace the other helis if you're in an all heli rally, unless it's all Liberty helis. That means you're going to be the first one to engage in combat, and that means you'll be the first one to die, and this could be a very big issue as far as getting your reserves drained, or if you're giving your heli to an inexperienced rally leader. So you got to keep that in mind. And we got to say right now, this 3D model is absolutely fresh. I mean, it looks so cool. I wish I could see it with the unit skin on, but I can't. It's sad. Anyway, as I was saying, you can see my Liberty heli right here. Now we're going to talk about the parts Okay, now like the MBT, parts are converted, but here's the thing: this is the main gun of the TH. This is the scope of the TH. Now this is you can use either a tank hunter engine or a medium engine to get to this part. So that is the difference here. So a medium engine or a tank hunter engine is the only difference, and all these parts can be converted, okay, from legacy to modern. And when you, a little fun fact, when you're, if say you had a gold plus engine here, just as an example, and you're converting it over to modern, you actually have a chance to re-roll your stats and get a perfect, because that's actually what happened on, yeah, it happened on my Heli. I believe it was my engine too. I believe it was a re-roll of my engine, or actually no, it was my this Vanguard exterior mounted weaponry. It was a re-roll and it turned gold plus plus. So that is a awesome positive, so keep that in mind. We need to talk about officer pairings. When Helis first became very popular and the Heli meta was out, the most devastating pairing was actually Valkyrie and Golden Eagle, and we're talking about free to play, because a lot of people, if they were pay to win, would run Professor Payne and Lord of Order. So we had Golden Eagle and Valkyrie. Now in patch 10.2, this is not always the case. Okay, with the MBT getting that shield buff, we need to find a way of countermeasuring that. And what I think is a very potent setup right now, or other options with that setup for free to play, is going to be Uncle with Valkyrie, Golden Eagle, or Rapier. Those are going to be your best options right now. Or you could run Uncle with Lady Justice. Now if you're going to be pay to win, you could run Uncle with Steel Phoenix or Lord of Order, or Steel Phoenix and Lord of Order together. I would not recommend Professor Payne because the Helis are all squishy to blast damage, and we'll talk about their weaknesses in a second. But as you can see right here, you actually have a reduced damage resist right here on his Awaken skill by 10%, and that I really dislike about him. He does great damage, he has great skills, but there's just something not there that's pairing up right. And keep in mind, with the MBT update right now, you're gonna actually do more damage with this guy right here, because he will do more damage to shields right here. Increases damage intensity of this troop by 6% when attacking an enemy with a shield. Increases troop damage intensity by an extra 6%. So that's 20% extra damage just because they have that shield, and they get that shield all the time. So that's going to be huge. That's if you're pay to win. Now we need to talk about unit weaknesses of the Heli. So we know its strengths as great penetration, the high mobility, the no terrain obstructions, everything like that. But what is the weaknesses to the Heli that are not discussed? Because right now, as you clearly see right here, it says countered by light tank. Now everyone knows the light tank counter, but how do you counter the Heli? Simply put, because it's weak to blast damage. RLs, howitzers, mortar bomber. Vanguard ATG does very well against it. The Vanguard bomber does very well against it as well. And like we said, the light tank and even the Liberty howitzer will do well against it. And also infantry does insanely well against it, the Helis as well. Reality is that right now the Helis can counter Helis, main battle tanks, and the super heavy very effectively. Now that doesn't mean a Heli can't take out an RL or a howitzer, because they can, but if the howitzer is preloaded, it will have the jump on them, and it'll 9 out of 10 times be disadvantaged if they're all on an equal front. Because right now the Heli can beat the RL if it catches it, and the RL was in movement, and same with the howitzer. So if you catch them unloaded, you have a very good chance of killing them. But if you go up against a rally of them, high chance you're going to instantly lose your unit. Now that we discussed the weaknesses of the Heli, and we talked about the strengths, and we talked about the unit pairing, and we talked about the parts, let's talk about the discords we run and operate. So we run 2 discords. We got Warpath Lounge and FUBAR's Lounge. Both links will be in the description down below. The differences between the two is FUBAR's Lounge is strictly Warpath, and so is Warpath Lounge. But FUBAR's Lounge, there's zero negativity there, and if we ever do decide to play a different game, that's going to be the lounge that's going to advertise it. Warpath Lounge, it's no holds bar. You can do whatever the hell you want in there, no repercussions. But the FUBAR's Lounge is much more strictly monitored, and it's all about positivity and helping each other grow within the game. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I hope you guys found this video helpful. This is FUBAR. I got your 6. Peace.